was only off 2 days. You don't say. You were so much cuter back then. Mion's gaze started at my chest and dropped straight down, focusing on the point between my legs. Don't look at my pee! On my stick. So she was saying it was my crotch that was picked. I mean, before you ask, just to be clear, I've never actually tried to show you. Zufälligerweise. Endlich beginnt Sayori richtig zu lächeln. Plötzlich dreht sie sich um und fällt auf ihre Knie. I'm sorry. Was jetzt? Hoch, runter, links, rechts, Sayori?
Weißt du, manchmal, ne, da musst du einen Schritt vorgehen, um 2 Schritte zurückzufallen und tierisch dich aufs Fressbrett zu legen.
Because the projectionist is coming. But he isn't alone. Oh, Jesus, but yes! Yes, hello. I am here, always, yes? Hello, Benny!
Hey, I'm going to a field trip. Oh, cool. What do you have in your backpack? Well, I have a map. Okay, so you never get lost. Then I have food. I mean, you always get hungry, so. Then I have water. Water is good for your health and your sanity. And I have a gun. Wait, what?
Every day I imagine a future where I am baking cake.
Stop.
In my hand is a cake.
Just what?
Men are all the same. You just like big boobs.
I'm sorry, but I like to differ here. I agree to disagree because, well, all boobas doesn't matter if big, small, premium, flat, whatever, they're good. TheRMan. Hello, my Alphas members and Twitch watchers too. Oh, Oh. The editing stream of the last Honkai stream from last week on my YouTube channel. Yeah. I have literally just except of course the usual. If you're watching this live, then you will hear of course the wonderful playlist by, and I kid you not, I finally found this Imono, the Lova Chill Hop Drop. And yeah, hopefully I will not get the copyright strike by this. And also for those who watch this what, they will probably just hear, well, right now nothing. Because you hear it now. Yes. You will occasionally hear a yatta. Why? Because of basically Honkai, the Sash of Sentience, aka Senti. Senti does her yatta. And yeah, that's it. And yeah, this is also one of those few streams where I basically tell you or show you how I make my videos. I mean, actually, this is all of the all editing streams, but again, I want to be a little bit more, hey, that's how I do it. And yeah, this is the look of my wonderful editing program, Lightworks. I've worked with Lightworks for now over 4 years, nearly 5 years. And yeah, I would like also to change it into something else, but this will be some time because currently I use a different program, or actually two, for special stuff, but those are both special because I know Lightworks can do that. Like for example, today's released highlight video, Mori Part 12. Welcome to Backspace Part 2. When I edited this live, I had a few parts cut out because as I said in that live stream also, hey, I will add a little bit of a shake effect because the only shake that I have in Lightworks is not very good. And the program I used for, well, that, it's a bit better. Because basically it's just saying, oh yeah, do this. That's it. And yeah, that's all of it. And that could be kind of annoying too. Yatta. But yeah, so how do I create all those projects that you can see here? Well, it's easy. Create new project, give it a name. It doesn't matter what. Really, it doesn't really matter. It's just, oh yeah, if you click at it, oh, you know that it's this part. So Honkai 32 Part 2. That's not the final project name or the exported name, how I can say. Just, well, reasons. Okay. Now let me import the important stuff. Like for example, the source video, which is, you can either drag and drop or as seen here, you can go to local files and then just do this. But I don't do this, so yeah. I mostly just drag and drop. So that's the main video. And now I imported the specific part that is more, oh no, is this longer? Okay, it's a bit longer. And then a few others that I probably need, which is my black screen for, well, I have just nothingness. I mean, I could just Mostly I use it for text or for images. However, it is a bit in Lightworks. I could do this, but then I have an extra track for the effects, and I don't want that, so I use it. So then my special beep. Okay, that was weird. It's just, yeah. Again, I think I said this in the stream again. That is a screenshot that I made myself. I think I said it in this editing stream last week. Yeah. So then we have. I mean, my brain don't work. My outro, or well, the outro, and oh yeah, and of course the most special thing that you that you should always have as a if you make YouTube videos, a little animation that says, "Oh, like, subscribe, and ring the bell." And even though I don't need this little white outline there, I still keep it because, well, it's better. So that is the fundamentals of the videos I need. So then clips, then import the main source. So then add in instead of just normal. Oh yeah, that's exactly this point the time code and so on. I use the mark duration because. Okay, yeah, you can see here 30 minutes, but if I do this, just okay, this is 4 minutes long. And yeah. So usually also for this part I get extra tracks with the first one being my voice that you hear, then the second one being the game audio, the third one is for voice chat. And the fourth is for alerts and etc. Because you never know. And another thing is, as you can see, I click here, generate audio waveform. This is just so I know, okay, this is now the intro, which you heard already. So also let me go to 512. Well, yeah. Yeah, 512. So this is some reason always how long the intro is. I don't know. It should be exactly 5 minutes, but eh. So and let me begin with the intro of that video, because I have not something special planned. More, it's just, even though I little, so I think this is better. So I want the little. Okay, interesting. Why you not? So this tab here, by the way, this is for effects. Here you can see all my favorites, which are the things that I mostly use, like 3D TVE for turning the video around, 2D TVE for zoom, which I will be using most of the time. Then my personal standard default captions. Then the one with my handwritten font that I currently use for Omori. I want to also maybe in the future for Hello Charlotte. Then Chroma Key. I mean, makes sense. Green screen. Image key if I want to insert a PNG. Then if I have some DLC sprites, which I actually don't use anymore that much, but nah, you know, I like doing this sometimes. Then, so because as you saw before, this is just a big animation, definitely. It shows, oh yeah, like, subscribe, ring the bell. And this effect is a custom, my own made effect. It just applies to that. That just basically zooms it out a little bit and puts it down in at the bottom. So it's really snug. So it has it, so it can have its little animation there, and then yeah. I don't this now. Then my 2 TikTok effects, or shorts basically also. And yeah, those are all the recent effects. I don't need all of them anymore. So, and for the intro, I use Studio TV for, well, either zoom or I'm doing here opacity. So basically, TheRMan. Hello, my alpha swimmers and YouTube watchers too. Honkai Impact 3rd Chapter 32 Part 2 on the moon. Okay. So this is now important because this is first off not a Mori anymore. So Roman plays with a fade effect. 1.5. Hello, my alpha swimmers and 2. Or maybe just a little bit here. And YouTube watchers too. So getting rid of the fade effect, fade-in effect. We're putting a bullet here. So copy, so it is the same. Roman plays image key, choose a file, local files, and oh boy, you see a lot. So schedule. This is where actually no, it's not the one. Logos. Those are all the logos that I have for, well, stream schedule. Then routing. This is also one other thing that I always use, because it's easier to say, okay, I have the image, and then the image is on top of the video, but underneath the text. Position don't need to change, so then now to see again. I want to use opacity here, so it has this fading in effect. Honkai. Why are you so sharp? Why are you so sharp? Like, hoi, I'm here. I need the Honkai Impact 3rd. So, then another text. So, also I can just move it around with my mouse. That's also a thing. So, chapter 32. Also fade in effect. Yeah. Chapter 32. So, then getting rid of the fade in effect again. And another one with part 2. So, then basically copy the same values. This one. So, part 2. Wait. Part 2. Let's just do this, so because that's important then. So, oh yeah, I forgot. Effect, fade out, fade in. I don't need this. Oh. The end of the world. Position. Let's use the same position. So, or not. So, because I want on the moon. So, and now we have the big thing here with all opacities of all, well, of everything right now being keyframed. So that at the end, it just fades out. And badadum. On the moon. Sorry. So. So then also what I'm doing here is just basically shortening the image because, well, normally it's about, well, a minute long, but shortening it a little, just enough is good. I mean, I could also use an image key, but then again, if I do this, for example, here, I mean, yeah, cool. I didn't just, if I have, for example, this here, and just do that, then I say, okay, fold. But then, the thing is then, if I do this, then I have to cut each part, each of those effects. If I, for example, chop this up, and then I have to say, okay, each individual. Wait a moment though. I want to test something here. Because I know you can select multiple. So you just go here and then just go here. So then let's just say here. Here. So go here and say nope. Yeah, that's what I meant. That's why I have exactly this just completely black screen. You know what happens now? Right. That's right. And then clips. Yatta. Light works. Why are you like this sometimes? Because I have to. Alright. Now do is basically just have the whole thing that is not this black frame in this clip, and now say make subclip. Because the subclip is just exactly this part. So and now, but the most important thing also happens now. So why the fish are? So wait. Oh. Okay, good. Close gap. Because now the most important part is happening now. Just watch the whole stream and then just see what funny things happen. But yeah, I have nothing else to say about, well, the Honkai only. I mean, my dailies, other stuff. I had to some other stuff in the background because it seems that my own PC has some problems, even though it should work. But that's number one. If I say we watched the whole stream, then I mean that's whole stream. Yeah, I forgot another thing. Sorry, by the way, again. So. Also, I did a little something also too because the same screen, but yeah, I say only that's why this exists. So, oh, because of the okay. Okay, Santi. Oh yeah, hi Santi. Bye Santi, hi Santi. Okay. Okay, claimable stuff. So, Roman, tell us claimable stuff. Yeah, just and here we have can't enhance, but I can upgrade. So we can just skip. We can upgrade this, but you. Oh, you. That's why I also like the waveforms because I can see. Okay, and you do. I mean, something is it funny could happen. Could happen here. I don't know. You played the Honkai. A post Honkai Odyssey. You probably know about the character Lyle. And about his time in the Roost with this one other kid called Sora. Yeah, I'm not hinting at that this is basically this Lyle. And yeah, I mean, what a comment to say. Yeah, I don't really care about what you're saying. Like in post Honkai. Yep. Which I still call post Honkai because it's post Honkai. Yep. That's my board. You have 3 tasks. Defeat target enemy will do. Yeah, will do. Target enemy, I will do. And another, I'll take the B. Take the B. So. Okay. Also, we have here also another one called Former Raven. I have also skipped mostly the story of them. And then we have, well, Yo. Very funny if it also say yo. Can't enhance, but I can at least. No. Can add more, you idiot. I think this is enough for the other stuff, so let's go to the story. Which is 100 memories. Yeah. Will do. I will do the story. And then we do some other stuff. So. So. I don't know if I make some funny stuff right now. So. Hi. If you recognize instantly the voice, then you know who it is. If you don't know, well, yatta. Oh no. So, and now my favorite thing, zoom. How do I zoom? Well, I just is because the main zoom. YouTube compression, by the way. So then going back, so we have a yatta. We have literally the zoom. Because I add a different effect, I have to cut image key and then Out of security reasons, because there's a lot. I need to go to my special folder where I have a lot of pictures. Like a lot of pictures. A lot of PNGs that I use for, that either I use for videos, plan using on videos, or just download them because I thought, hey, I could use this in the future at one point. Yeah, there's too many of them. Oh, there you are. So, because, yeah, sent you. I don't want to make it too obvious. Let's make it 20. A tiny bit more. Yatta! Ah. Ah. Yatta!
あなたは神の存在を信じていますか？あなたは神の存在をどう理解していますか？
Good question. Answer. I mean, I'm right there.
あの疎遠で奇怪な意志
I mean. So then another zoom into the face. Yeah. So if you don't know my lore, yeah, a little reminder what my lore is, partially. Yeah, I'm right there.
あの疎遠
I'm right there.
あの疎遠で奇怪な意志はあらゆるものを理解し支配している。しかしそれならなぜ誰もその姿を見たことがないのでしょう。
Mm-hmm.
なりません。
Oh.
今日私たちはその答えを見つけ出さなければなりません。
Oh.
キアナ、
Hey, Bronya.
来てください。キアナ。
Bronya. It's Bron. And hi, Kiana. Alright, hi, yeah. You good?
私はどこにいるの？
In the field of flowers. I like the fact that's braver. Yes. Control Kiana to wake her up. Okay, I think I keep this. In the field of flowers. I like the fact that's braver. Control Kiana to wake her up. What? Control. Okay, I think yeah, there's another zoom. I'm using a lot of zooms in my videos.
Yatta!
Kinda expected another yatta, but at the same time not. Control. This isn't hard, at least for now. This isn't hard. Oh boy, so and then how about here? 5 from me to, so then add a little space here and then subclips yatta.
今のはブローニャの声。ブローニャは
I don't know, only include funny moments. And the girl was obviously confused. Everything before her seemed out of place, as though she was not thinking straight. Maybe she was thinking May. Because crush on May and yeah. Yeah,
And
shit.
with her
I will not.
partner explaining things to her. Why? She still did not immediately know where she was.
Ah,
The strange space known as the Sea of Quanta was not a concept that could be easily understood or explained.
yeah.
夢でも見てるのかな。
Maybe.
でも
Perhaps.
その前に私は天命の訓練場に到着したばかりのはずだよね。勝手に寝ちゃって明晰夢まで見てるのかな。
I mean, if you want to call it like that, yeah. It had been a long time since she had dreamed.
Oh.
After truly mastering her Hasha power, her sleep had become deep and restful, and she no longer dreamed as she once had.
でも悪くないね。こういう不便さも久しぶりだと結構新鮮だから。
And it's been a long time since we played the Kiana in the story. But
Yeah.
she was mistaken, confusing it with the dreams brought on by the Hasha core. So Kiana. Is this now somehow a text-based RPG?
そうだよね。
Perhaps.
自分から目覚めることができないなら。
Just an RPG where you don't
もしかしたら
traditional RPG.
面白い記憶が出てくるかも。
Perhaps.
楽勝です。やっぱりプローニャの声。
So,
自分から目覚めることができないなら周りを見てみよう。
here's one.
もしかしたら面白い記憶が出てくるかも。
Perhaps.
Okay, I need to look for myself now. Do I have apps? Please, Roman from the past, tell me, did you downloaded a perhaps PN? Anything that looks like perhaps. Oh, not that, it's too relatable. Why do I have you again? Why? I don't know that. Okay, that makes sense. Nah. Do I really have nothing? Beep. No. No. It seems not. Here. Here, definitely not. Here. I. Also, I don't think that you're here. Yes, looks like a big open. No. So what I'm gonna do? The classic. I'm using this. So dun, 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 dun. Oh no. I will not say anything about it. This looks a bit hooey. So?
Perhaps. Perhaps.
H key, choose a file, local files. So then YouTube only, temp. A bit bigger. Oh, okay. Okay. Any bit smaller. Perhaps.
楽勝です。
Ah,
やっぱりブローニャの声だ。聞き間違いじゃなかったね。
yeah, yeah. Gotta go fast. But in reality, it's not Bonnie, it's Bonnie. I expected this somehow, but at the same time, excuse me, what? I expected this somehow, but at the same time, excuse me, what? What? Wait, what? What? So, and now, something very important because, oh, this is now going to be something because we have first off Roman, a little bit to the left, and then another 2DV, but let's put in the background with Roman, and on top we have Ronny. So, and now I make a little crop here on the right, and a little bit more to the left with rest from the crop. So what? Bron. I mean, it's not pon, it's pony. Hi, pony. Bye, pony. Just this. Oh, it's just enough. I don't also want this video to be too long. 10 minutes is okay. She barely stretched out her hand in the form. She had just dissipated like a bubble. Jesus. Yeah. Perhaps. Yes.
でも、あんなに明るい感じのブローニャが私の夢の中に出てくるなんて、少し意外かな。
I wonder why. Controlling her again. Okay, I will control more. Yo.
おかしい。どうして四季の律者の夢を見てるんだろう。
Herrschaft.
そうですね、ケビン。私たちは結局違う道を歩いてきました。敵か選びなさい。
Oh. Or she. Huh? Oh, this is. This is not Senti. Oh, no, this is pre-Senti. Yes. Pre-Senti. And Giganto.
やっぱり前と同じなんだね。まずい。やっぱりうまく使えません。
Anya?
ブローニャ
She could sense something was off.
ブローニャ、どこにいるの
Give Kiana a suggestion.
これはそもそも。
Huh? Capacity power. Okay. Thank you for telling me the capacity power increased. Huh? Oh, hi. Look for Ponya. Look for Pon. Look for Pon. It's the most important. Pencil holder. Is it funny because I'm standing on the MiHoYo licensed?
Well, that
I don't know.
Huh?
Oh,
Oh, that means
no headaches. Just baller. That is obvious.
obvious. Obvious. Yes. Calm down. Or else.
Currently, it's good. Currently, it's good. Currently, it looks
train.
it's good for me.
Hi.
Okay, there's nothing funny happening during the fights.
Come on, shoot that thing.
Rowan, what the fish?
Oh, hi.
Can I have couteau or couteau? What? Can I have couteau or couteau? What did you just say?
Oh, hi. Oh, I'm. You're also a new location. Yeah. With the broken sword of Himiko. Oh, oh, hello. Wait, oh, Wait, I have. I. Yeah, it's real porn.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's still funny that what will be revealed soon.
Yeah, the image of Santi fighting Kevin, the image of Bronny. I mean, okay, the image of Bronny understandable, but of Santi, please Santi.
I mean,
Normally, yes, but Project Stigma, yes.
Project Sigma says yes.
I mean, kinda, yeah, practically, but also at the same time, nah. Same. If Bonnie has a suggestion.
No, it's supposed to be just story.
Yeah. Known the Sea of Contraband, well, maybe even live for in it for many years.
Yes. Then shorten this a little bit.
I like Kiana's.
Okay, I need this here. So.
原理はまだわかりませんが、ある世界の泡が境界を破ってこの海域を自身の衛星または付属ユニットにしたようです。そんなことありえるの？普通はありえません。
2D TV. So then route the background to the source because I will zoom. Also more. So, then just. This looks like I could. This. Why does this look like I could Discord emote? Bit more on top, on bottom, a bit less. So, this work? Okay, yeah. Bum bum bum. So, it's slowly zooming in.
ありえるの？普通はありえません。ですが、いいえ、ここを出てみないと。しても意味はないと思います。
I like Kiana's expression right now. It's more like, It's either thinking pose or thinking pose or this crab is so so good. Sorry, so oh yeah, I see, of course. Just it right. It cuts right off. It cuts right off. I hate this. Okay, I need now. Need to sign. Do I, for some reason, have this? Do I have a corresponding image that I could use? I don't think so. Some reasons. Used it once. So please, Roman from the past, you are an idiot. So, and it's even better. So, little something here. I don't condone to this. But we need now a little bit more here, a little bit more here. Just image key, choose file, local files. And post to this is also good. Okay, I need to do this a little bit more. Yeah. And just color tint. Bit more green. Oh yeah, that's the right one. Or this crab is so so good. Yeah, because it cuts off, it's just sorry. So sorry. So crab is so so good. Sorry. So oh yeah, I see, of course. Wait. Just it right. So. Then Okay, now it's going to be a bit complicated. And this things. Because now I have to literally put the image a bit smaller there, and then somehow again this way, and just okay, a bit more to the left, yeah, something like this, yeah. Okay, a bit smaller. Yes, something like this. So then just so and done. So you go to 0. So also here to 0. So okay, color tint gone, you gone. We go to 4 again here. And to me. And Yata. So, and yes, I wanted to Lightworks. And yes, I wanted to make a stone joke there. Thank you very much. You know what I also like about the Lightworks? Well, I have to now close it because audio is a bit async. And yeah, let's just closing and reopening, and I'm still at the same point because hey, Lightworks autosaves, and I like this. I don't have to press Control S always. Just have to 6. I have 6. You have what? No. No. Yeah, game over. Run. Good question. Okay, I don't think there's really something funny happening. Okay, understandable. And welcome. Hope you had a wonderful week. And yeah, I have no. My brain is now empty to make the other sentences. So continue. So, and okay, this is mostly just. I mean, yeah, kind of. So, understandable. But that I.
でも十分に訓練をしていないような状況ではキアナですから。
Don't worry, Kiana. You know why? Because you're Kiana. No, my actual name is Steve. No, you're Kiana. Okay. Poor Steve. Poor imaginary Steve that I just made up right now. Yeah. Yeah. We suddenly stopped. Rest in peace. What she said was in the Rest in peace, imaginary Steve, by the way. Hope you had a good fight. Wait, what? Sorry. Yet after quick thinking. I mean, the original 3 walks. Move towards where the quantum shadows had gathered and assumed an attack stance. Okay, I texted.
Do you remember how you can survive a fall? I mean, you've clearly done it.
高い場所から落ちた時
大丈夫です。初めてではありませんし、
Huh?
少し痛くなるだけです。
Huh? It was difficult to tell who those words were meant to for. Oh. The first strike was more of a bluff, not taking up too much.
Okay. Oh no.
Up until she was chased away by enemy horde. Yeah. For a while, she was on.
Yes, we definitely.
And competitiveness.
So,
6 again.
yes. It changes to 7, Roman. It changes to 7.
Starting the time fracture.
So, I think it's enough. So,
出るようになったの
Oh. I heard something break. Nice effect. With the final blow along the tier caused by Quantum Shadow, the empty space before Kiana shattered, revealing an entrance to another world. But she was sucked into that. She became inaudible as happens when two differing pressure collide. A virtually irresistible force.
みんなが担当する役が映るように。
Right in her eyes.
しかし、そろそろお別れの時間です。ブローニャという名の彼女の仲間が私の助けを必要としているようですからね。
The fall continued in another wall that had just been artificially connected.
これは
As per I predict.
こっち側も漁師の海なの
Huh? Due to her limited theoretical knowledge, she could not realize that she had crossed a considerable distance by a means similar to warping in the Sea of Quanta. If distance meant the same in the Sea of Quanta as it did in the Pop-Up World, but in terms of results, she made the right judgment.
でもどちらも大して差がないならあの漁師の影たちはどうして攻撃を仕掛けたの
Well, because you're currently on the moon. She's slow.
Okay.
She slowly adjusted her posture in an attempt to slow her descent and thus have more time to look for an answer. But it was unnecessary, as the strangeness was too conspicuous. During her fall, hundreds of quantum shadows that had collapsed rose as if they were souls returning to the heavens. Apparently, they just tasted an harrowing defeat. The merest repercussion of that battle could lift her hair against the wind like high voltage.
In the wind.
But what?
A high voltage. I could have.
She should be able to, although she could not command her authority at will. Now that she focused on attacking instead of thinking, she would wreck the quantum shadows. But by that standard, she suddenly had a fuzzy but sturdy hunch. Almost reflexively, Kiana's body and mind relaxed on their own. She no longer needed to worry about how to counter ambushes or land smoothly, because she could feel it. The falling momentum stopped. Her hunch was about to come true.
次は直接会えるんだよねあれほど意味のない犠牲を出してようやくやつに私が手も足も
Robin?
出ないような存在
May?
を感したのかと思ったら
Free TVE. That's the little. Oh, free? Yeah, free. just base. So routing around because then I can just drop bottom and just move this, so then drop the left side and then the top. Also, please don't tell me this white line there. May? May?
でも足も出ない相手だったわね。
うん。
まさか約束がこんな形で実現するなんて。やった！
Oh, cute. At the same time, yes, please. Hi.
本当にメイ先輩だ。
And wait. Oh no, no, Ron, no. And they finally met again.
私よ。キアナちゃん。
What was this weird? Like it was more either a surprise or a hiccup. Like kind of surprised. Surprised, like, but at the same time, oh yeah. So, or boom. Then came the customary silence. It was not an awkward moment, but she was nearly in kissing range, because it was the same for anyone. I mean, if a heart looked. Okay, because everyone could hardly notice one thing at this moment. They were falling. I want to yearned for a reunion. Had never been truly apart. I mean, hey fish, you me ho yo. I will not include this. I will not include this. What could you tell? Well, after getting literally punched by May, suddenly Hash of Sentience came. And then the puppets. Then Otto. That's it. Well, May just fought two or technically three Hashas, then met and also 4 Hashas actually. With Hash of Corruption. Yeah. Hash of Corruption. 5 with Elysia. Yeah. And well, Elysia, the whole Elysian realm part.
いざ会ってみると、やったやった学校に行って半日しか別れてないみたいな感じだね。
It's been months in this world. Yeah. Nearly a year. Yeah, I think it's even a year. It's actually 6 months, which is still weird to say. It's been nearly about 6 months since Kiara became was Hash of the Void and then became Hash of Flammation. With our 40s, our Hasha powers. Understandable. Yeah, don't question the why it's like this. You finally me. So transition. Adding the transition and the crossfade to the audio intertwine with each other. She finally realized that although she had stopped falling, she was not standing on the ground, but floating at a dangerous height among scattered matters. Okay. So May and Kiana fighting again together. That's been a long time. Huh. So. Ah, my nose. Okay, 6 minutes. My God. So escape. Also, I just noticed. Basically, they all. Also, I just noticed. Basically, they all have the same color scheme in clothing: black, white, red. Like here, white there, red. Like here, white there, red. Like here, white there, red. At some point, if you're in a specific generation of Herrscher, you, in your normal human form, you suddenly can have the same sense of color scheme in clothing. Kiana. I just also noticed, basically Kiana and May have the same kind of shoes, but inverted. And okay, Bronya is Ponyo. I mean, eh? I heard that. Wait, what? That. I heard that. May-sama.
ブローニャ、どうしてここに
Of course, lore convenience is lore convenience. Because since you discovered the burning could do it all. Of course, lore convenience is lore convenient.
わけがわからないまま
Also obvious. Stop it. Yeah. Hi. So, okay, I think, yeah, I mean, eh?
久しぶりね、ブローニャちゃん。
I heard that. May-sama.
ブローニャ、どうしてここに
Of course, lore convenience is lore convenient. So, lore convenience is lore convenient. Lore convenient.
わけがわからないまま
Also obvious. Stop it. Hi. That is just, I doubt that. I doubt that. So let's get back on track. Well, yeah, let's get back on track and just. But it will not be a 30-minute video, or else I have to put this into 2 videos. 2 parts. Uh-huh. Oh, wait, what?
言えない導きを感じていたの
Should I control Kiana again? Narrator? I've yet to exert any influence on her.
とても不思議だったわ。
と思います。
Oh no. The divine intuition.
メイ先輩たちが言ってた導きって一体
Oh.
何なの？
正確に言うと、それは人為的に作られた空間のほころびで、特定の経験を持つ者にしか気づけないもの。
Particular.
何かしら。例えばここね。
Oh.
Ah.
What did you... Just seeing all those three together in one go. It's weird. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast with Kiana and Timponia. It's just really... I want to give you a smooch. I want to give you a smooch also. One is loading and one shouldn't. Okay, if you don't count the weird loading in the air here from May, you would technically say Kiana and May are technically the same height. Okay, just 2 centimeters difference
Apart.
actually of Kiana and May. Because
Yep.
actually.
というより、彼女のように考えてみなかったら、
Ah.
私もここの異常に気づけなかったでしょうね。
Mm-hmm.
イシアってヨルメンガンドの人？
彼女は火を追う13英傑の一人よ。委員長、それから
Yep.
ビンと共に戦った人、そして最近知り合った友人でもあるの。
Yeah. Somebody who's basically like Kiana, but
そしてここはパルドがよく気をつけてた隅。
Mm-hmm.
oh.
ちょっと
知らない名前ばかりだ。どうやらメイ先輩は新しい友達をたくさん作ったみたいだね。
Actually, I shouldn't.
新しい友達をたくさん見送ったわ。おう、ポジティブな意味だから心配しなくても平気よ。
Oh.
I do have a feeling.
だってメイ先輩は今とても充実してるように見えるもん。
Then I guess we go directly to this. To the tree. Oh, hello.
Door.
I mean, technically, May, yes, Borna, definitely. You, Kiana, when?
Ah.
Unless you mean the fear of
Knowing about-
dominance, then kinda, yeah.
知らない世界ね。
Because of the method she had taken, May had a vague premonition about the universe behind the door. Perhaps you'll be having a lot more reunions today.
Yeah, like somebody specific.
I know definitely one. Oh, the artificial guy, keep going. Who didn't? Go to the surroundings to find out what.
Explore the surroundings to find out what. Also by your power is missing.
Surroundings to find out what. This was the other side of the door.
So.
This was the other side of the door. Beneath her was the bleak lunar soil. Caging her were the steep cliffs, and above her was the boundless darkness that seemed to have devoured the starlight.
If you watch the
This
stream
was-
or play Honkai, you
This
know
was
who's
only
gonna
one
appear
of
now.
the countless pits outside the main base. Empty, silent, strange. But even the frigid atmosphere could not harm the beauty of the sight. But one thing surprised her. Why was everything completely still in the eyes of the visitor who came earlier to her gift?
やっとあの場所から抜け出せた。
Yo, hi Senti.
漁師の
Hmm.
海。どうして急にあんな場所に飛ばされたんでしょう。
Good question. Answer, I don't know. And where did you actually come from? Where were you actually? Between, oh yeah, you got defeated by Fuha and Kiana. Little
Yeah.
appearance against the Ash of Domination. And now.
Yeah.
それに
And even though she was the Ash of Sentience, as a wisp of thought, she could not hold out her hand to feel her energy trickling away through muscle fibers. Still, she knew one thing for sure. She had lost half of her authority.
Asha powers.
まさかまたあの牧年人のせい
No, actually, technically, yes. No.
彼女のことなんて知らない。そんなにすごいなら全力をかけなくたっていいのに。
That's Fuha.
まあいいでしょう。彼女は彼女、私は私。まずはこちらの問題をはっきりさせる。
Magic. Yep.
なんと言ってもここは本物の宇宙。一体誰がこんなとんでもないことを
Okay, now I have a different question. Maybe this is not actually Ash of Sentience. Maybe this is
Manuel Neuer.
Senti from a different universe. For that, by following certain guidance, she entered this world. Similar to May, who would come soon after. The guidance was enough to make Ash of Sentience, who possessed all of Fuha's memories, realize that this bubble universe was perhaps located 50,000 years ago in time. What? So this is the bubble universe back then? Yet there was more to the nature of that guidance. Air, sound, and even light were in the perfect stillness, as if a supreme being had pressed the pause button. If she was not the avatar of sentience, she would likely have lost mobility like them.
まさかあの導きは本当は何者かからの助けを求めるメッセージ
No.
Maybe.
まあこれ以上考えても仕方がない。どうせ誰も私をどうこうすることはできないし、いろいろ見て回りましょう。
Yeah, that's Senti.
Yeah. And this is also a tiny break. So see you in a few minutes. TheRMan. We need less pieces than 100. Then 100 pizza? And 100 pieces of pizza. Ah, okay, but still.
Zwei Gurken sind nicht genug. Wir brauchen 5.
Okay, hold on a bit there. If you replace cucumbers with stick, you are in trouble. And also, why 5? Ow. You could also, this is also how you pronounce toe. So, it's written with an H in the end. So you know.
D.
D.
Ye.
Yeah. Yeah. I really have this meme in my head right now. Yeah. I was only off 2 days. You don't see. You were so much cuter back then. Mion's gaze started at my chest and dropped straight down, focusing on the point between my legs. Don't look at my pee! On my stick. So she was saying it was my crotch that was clean. Ja, knatter ihn jetzt. Oh, ich werde ihn so in seinen Plüsch.
I hope to make the popularity boom, breaking the barriers of gender, race, and negating our world's pesky gravity. That way, everything will be sucked into the
And then Snapface. Ah, ich mag das Snapface. It just basically says, just.
You and I would have our accomplishments published, and we'd become
Don't look at my pee. My stick. So she was saying it was my crotch that was get picked. I mean, before you ask, just to be clear, I've never actually tried to show it to her.
Apple decided to make a car. Would it still have windows?
I mean, I can answer this, and yes, they probably will. The only thing that it doesn't run is on Androids. Oh. Aber ja, eigentlich. Das war jetzt sehr gefährlich. Aber ja, ja, also. Wer zuerst den komischen Hasen auf 2v2t findet, der kann sich alle Ressourcen von, die dort sind, snacken. Am meisten ist der komische Hase aus Diamantenblöcken, also. Ja.
Ja, das ist das Problem.
We don't need much more than a few decorations. Sarah has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we are actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry, I thought you heard about it already.
Zum Glück habe ich nicht nochmal diesen einen Witz gemacht.
I will not make this joke again, okay?
Lernst du Türkisch, Max? Do you study Turkish, Max?
Spreche ich zu schnell?
Oh. I speak too quickly. No, actually not.
Du sprichst zu schnell.
Okay, Jesus! Okay, Jesus! Calm down! We had a question and you just give up your statement right into our faces. Ist der Tisch zu hässlich und modern? Able to ugly and modern.
Meine Freunde haben einen Stuhl.
This sentence. Meine Freunde haben einen Stuhl. Yeah, they only have one chair. Just this one chair. There's no other chair. They only have one. For some fishing reasons. Whatever you say, Jerry Tater. Oh, come on. And from this point on, this is not the reason why he already has a little grudge against Monica. And that's also the reason why it happened. The side story is not only got relatable, but also interesting from the story perspective. So, TheRMan. So, and I'm back. So,
Unlike the girls who were yet
also I did.
although her power was restricted, it still allowed her to extend intangible spiritual synapses to interact with her surroundings more efficiently. What?
力が以前の3割しか残っていない。それにこの感覚、まさか。
The feeling of stagnation inside her gave her an idea of the loss of power, but she soon rejected it.
ありえない。
Hmm?
意識の面でこの意識の律者より強い人間がいるとでも？
Why? Because you're sentient?
Hmm.
Hmm?
Hmm?
Hmm? Hmm? Hmm? Hmm? Hmm? Okay, first off, I go around.
Okay. So. Oh, yeah, right. Guess I have the another track here.
Okay, first off, I.
Right. That was the right one.
The feeling of stagnation inside. Why? Because you're sentient? Hmm? 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 Hmm?
Zoom. Yeah, right, I have to. Really apart.
Okay, first off, I go around it. The broken bridge can be crossed. Can be crossed once repaired. There's the bunker, New Ultra.
Yeah.
We're on the other side.
Yeah. And you didn't.
Ooh, there's a big thing that I can destroy. Also, who are you? Who are you? Why are you broken? What are you actually? Is rather the question.
Oh, you will learn it. Surfing on the surfboard.
Whee! Whee! So,
frame rate.
Investigate the robot. She extended her synapses through the metal and enveloped the pallet inside. The ash of sentience could still read minds with ease. What?
Since
she could
when?
read minds? Since when?
Yes.
あなたって案外年を取ってるんですね。
It's not a good idea.
Nani?
Nani the fish.
The instant they connected, a familiar yet revolting feeling made her gasp and cut their spiritual link.
こいつの意識空っぽだった。
The moment they connected.
Okay, mostly door and Roman question.
希望？そんなのありえないでしょう。
Honkai, also OBS, I will have to talk with you later.
Later, huh?
The inconveniently long restraint destroyed his willpower, yet its residue was still burning with hope.
Okay.
Okay, this discipline upon you, okay. Sora, what the fish is that?
他の場所を見てみましょう。彼以外の生き物の気配も先ほど感じたし。
Ah. More bots.
No.
Or even human? Human. He's a human butler.
本当にみんなその場で止められたんだ。
Yeah. Having learned from the last encounter, she carefully touched the other mind to avoid another dam burst. Also, touched the other's mind. If this doesn't sound sexy for you, then you're probably a normal person. For everybody who's staring at a word for that.
And Roman, out of curiosity, looks up. Hmm. Okay, no, that's not. Hmm. Hmm. Sapiosexual. No, that's not what I mean. Why do you give me? Why give me sapiosexual? I know sapiosexual. It's when you're smart and get horny when you meet other smart people. Yes. But I want to know if is there a word? There's no word. There's no word for being literally attracted to a mind, to a brain, not the intelligence, to literally the brain. Brain. Okay, how can you exactly express a sexy brain? Yeah, you can. my brain is not sexy enough to know that. Okay. Being sexually attracted to the mind. I mean, knowledge, yes, but like literally, like your mind, your memories, not the knowledge, your memories. And yeah, with this little comment, I will have a little break here because, yes, because my mind needs a break now. So don't you even dare, though. Don't you even dare. TheRMan. So then we have the clips. Oh, there.
Wir brauchen weniger als 100 Stück Pizza.
We need TheRMan. So, and I'm back. The hash understandably. This ain't there. Such proceedings. Only you? Only you? None the fish? Was exactly the moment as the last man. There was not a speck of awareness, only a tenuous hope. It was. See? Maybe. Yeah. I heard of a creepypasta of a guy who literally had his mind so much accelerated that it felt like eons, even though it was maybe 1 or 2 hours. His mind was so fast. He couldn't even perceive time. Like, time even stopped for his mind while it was still working. And yeah. The video to it was also good. Let's just say that. Props to the guy who made it. That the deepest despair can often nurture the most unrealistic hope. Because by then, humans would have nothing better to do. Yeah, it's only done familiarity with awareness led her to a discovery. Yes. Even if brief, she more or less felt the signs of it. The hope was clearly directional and sustained by a concrete being and... Understandable. However, as shown in the past, nothing had sparked her curiosity more than the unreasonable qualities of humans. She may not want to destroy what others believe in. Hoping to find the source of this hope, she reached into the mind again. Maybe.
Perhaps.
まで来たし、ついでに引導を渡してあげてもいいのですが、その前にあなたたちがそれほど信頼する相手の顔を見てみましょう。
Deliver your souls? What do you mean by that? Are you the Grim Reaper now? Perhaps. Let's go up here and then just up here and then just... Dr. May, what?
これだけ？ただの普通の人間？
It's not a nobody. Felt disappointed. It was inevitable, as this person could not look more average. Yet, to her surprise, she also felt a kind of anger.
どうして？
Yes, because as the hash of sentience, just as she easily sensed the lingering hope a moment ago, she could also the other feelings in the human brain. Oh. Stop. Roman. Don't delete. Close gap because of this. So also, when did my recording? Ah, okay, that part. Such as a despair that was the exact opposite of hope, and too thick to dispel, was overflowing from the woman in front of her. Also, OBS, stop it! No. I'm done. Okay. You worked okay yesterday, so it works okay now. She could not understand which angered her. Someone who was deeply trusted, whose existence alone.
でしょう。彼らにあなたの集体を見せてるんです。
Who them?
あなたが彼らの信頼を裏切ったのが悪いんですよ。
Considering the power, she did not remember a key that she should have. Although the samples were insufficient. So far, the absolute trust this woman displayed appeared to be a common phenomenon among a certain group back then. Back in the era that Hua had witnessed.
あなたは？
When she saw the other's face, it was already too late. Psychologically.
偉大なる式の律者様はこう思ったのです。まあいい。時代遅れの人たちの相手なんてしなくてもいいでしょう。
Why? Wait, so you were the... What?
早くこの世界を元に戻して、次の世界に行かなければ。
I'm confused.
そう言って、偉大なる彼女は指を鳴らした。意識面での合図とはいえ、すぐにはっきりとした効果があった。触れるだけの動きとともに、世界の泡を覆い、停滞させていた未知の力はこっそりと消えた。まるで彼女を恐れているようだった。
Roman is confused. Okay, it seems we're back, and it seems that here, I don't know when, but that's what's been said. Oh yeah, that's when I stopped and changed a few settings there. I think. A little moment, please. Yeah, Roman. Just a tiny bit was it, yeah. That was a black first.
でも本当は全然違うんだよね。
That was a black first of flashbang, second of hi Kiana.
うるさい。まずは最後まで聞いて。
Okay,
空気。まるで。
So, I forget this always. You have two things. Also, okay, no, it's finished. Remove, close again.
歯車、静寂を保っていたあらゆる要素が再び動き出したのです。
Just a tiny bit was there. Yeah. Some reason. So I need now a specific sound effect. Ow. Oh. Okay, out of security reasons, I will spare your ears. So. No. No. I don't want comparison or anything. I want. Okay, I'm using you then. So so also I can now use this. Also do it here. So wait a moment. Just wait, so wait a moment, please wait a moment, please wait a moment. Wait a moment. Yeah, just wait a moment. I don't know why I'm now singing. So, out. Oh, that was the wrong one. No, I don't need you. So. So now is the question. Okay, here.
Throwing flashbang.
Okay.
Throwing flashbang.
I'm turning this into a -10. So you can still hear it, but it isn't that loud.
Throwing flashbang.
That was a first of flashbang, second of hi Kiana. What? Hey, wait, hey, what? What? So, now we have 4. Hi, Cinti. So, yeah. Sorry. What?
もともとその場から離れようと思ってたけど、まさかあなたたちとばったり会うなんて。怪物が数体いるだけで扉も見つけられないなんておかしいでしょ。あなたも手伝って。ついでに実力の差を見せてあげなくちゃ。
Suddenly this joke part is getting weird. May. So. May. Remove closing. I don't really trust you. Born. So. May. I don't really trust you. Borneo. Move. Close gap. Seriously. Like. Seriously. Why did you just... Good. Here. Like. A little bit more. Seriously. No, mega zoom. Borneo. Seriously. Like, seriously. Seriously. Just go full. -2. -1.5. Seriously. That's worth a screenshot. And the beam. And the beam. Image key. So because out of security reasons. So. Well, where do I normally store them? Oh yeah. Ah, there. Yeah, okay. Hä? Genau, I'm confused. Why is there no? Why is there nothing? Or am I just blind? Yes, I'm blind. I'm just blind. Well, actually, why am I doing this actually like this? I'm an idiot. Did I already say that I'm an idiot? So this, that, there. Hey, you can't see anything, so. Is yes. No, edit. Or too cumbersome for me, so I will make it even a bit different, and hopefully that the whole stream doesn't break. Because if it does, then I will be angry. PC. 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 Good. Normally I really don't do this, but okay, so yeah. File new. Change it to yeah. Okay. Come here, there is going to whoa, Jesus. So so this bit bigger on. A bit bigger. So then add. You're not. No, a bit more. Color again. A bit more. Perfect. Export this. And then here and save. Oh. No. Yep. Because I made something. Seriously. A little bit bigger than and the beam. But this will be made later. Or on stream, it seems. Fine. Okay. So skip. Enough. Here. That concludes her flashback. The girls who followed the guidance here had joined her. All existing hashes were imprisoned in the special bubble universe. Their speculation was verified. Okay, Rowan, stop it. Technically. In the meantime, she briefed them on this moon bubble universe, without telling them she had sprinkled false information in, of course. Okay. I mean, hash of human technically exists. Technically. Okay, remove close gap, remove the beep, and just change it into visions of proceed. So it intertwines. In the meantime, she briefed them on this moon bubble universe, without telling them she had sprinkled false information in, of course. Another screenshot for me because I see May and basically we see young May and adult May, but from the past. This is so confusing for somebody who doesn't who has no idea what the lore of Honkai is. So yeah. On the left side you see May. On the right side you see May, but if adult, but from the past. Yeah, the person just goes, excuse me, how is she the adult version of her, but from the past? How? Wow, let me enlighten you in 50,000 years. I would more zoom in there. So let's do a zoom then. Or of course, standard. 50,000 years. Maybe more. Yeah. 50,000 years is okay. Real problem with my throat. Yep. And that's been for some time now. Right before it. Oh, yeah. Of course, me. And so has the only. So I don't think there's mostly just lore and. Yeah. Why do you do everything this May says? Why do you look so much like her subordinate? I mean, kinda. Having read between the lines, she looked around and walked on naturally to May's side to assert herself. Just literally scooping. Yes, I'm Dr. May's assistant. And Dr. May just goes, your own. I'm nice, so I accept this. Yep. Yet she knew this was temporary. As soon as she relaxed, she would display reverence and reliance again. Just like those pathetic minds trapped in bodies for tens of thousands of years.
僕年人の潜在意識のせいだ。
Again, 50,000 years is a long time. And having memories of 50,000 years in your head is...
Yep.
I mean, you technically remember everything. Practically, you need a lot of paper. A lot of paper. And a lot of ink. And then a lot of storage.
こいつもなかなか変わってる。私が彼女に会ったあの瞬間。
Hmm?
まあいい。なんでもない。
Okay. Interesting. What kind of guidance?
でもその暗示は紛れもなく式の律者の能力よ。でも事実、こんな協力関係を結べたことに私自身も驚いてるわ。違う世界の人。しかも初対面なのに、フワは私の意見通りに力を使ってくれた。それについてはお礼を言わせて。
I mean, the power is still called fingering down and not hash of sentience.
フワ。
何度も言ったでしょ。そのダサい名前で呼ばないでって。
Mm-hmm.
あら、そうだったかしら。いいわ。
Oh, wait.
紛れもなく式の律者の能力よ。でも事実、こんな協力関係を結べたことに私自身も驚いてるわ。
So. Yeah.
違う世界の人。
Because this is no important.
フワは私の意見通りに力を使ってくれた。それについてはお礼を言わせて。
I mean, the power is still called fingering down and not hash of sentience.
フワ。
何度も言ったでしょ。そのダサい名前で呼ばないでって。
Mm-hmm.
あら、そうだったかしら。
Hmm.
いいわ。じゃあ、あなたの好みに合うように、しきちゃんって呼ぶわね。
Wait, what? Hey, wait, what did you just...
いいわ。じゃあ、あなたの好みに合うように。
Audio, and we just cranked it up.
しきちゃんって呼ぶわね。
しきちゃん。
しきちゃん？
しきちゃん。Okay, I can't pronounce Japanese, but that's just freaking cute. Senti. Also, Mihoyo, thank you for telling us, hey, Senti, the name Senti is canon now.
Yep.
Because the Herrscher sentience is too long, so come
Yeah,
into Senti.
yeah, of course, you'd never have.
Wait. The exact framework on your... I still like the face of Bronya. Just... Really? The Bronyo-san? It seems I just at the... I don't... Also, yes, I'm sorry for the big one. Really? Oh, tiny bit. Why? Really? The...
So, and now because I go here with impact. Okay, a bit bigger. The Bron. The Bron, you saying. Duplicate. The Bron, you saying. Eh. Okay, no, they're a bit too. The Bron, you saying? Okay, I think I have contestants for a new highlight video. Yeah, new contestant for the highlight video. Yes, of course. Also, I need the specific. Color transparent. Because I don't know what. Sometimes my laugh is weird. So. Like, for real. Choose file, project files. Oh, hi. Okay, I think I have contestants for a new highlight video. Yep. And that's why I'm doing this now. Okay, good. Back to lore. I mean, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Because you need a lot of time to think of possible plans. You're paying me $5 because of you. I keep finding Honkai Impact and community tabs from a channel about it. But if you choose that, then there's one tiny thing that will happen, and that is called the story of the whole world. When was... Wait. Wait. Nope. When were you officially called a Hasha? Yeah. Or since when did you get this form? Yeah. Not so long ago, so yeah, you're kind of technically a kid. Yeah. Well, you have a body of a 16-year-old, probably. Maybe 17-year-old. Well, at the same time, the 17-year-old is actually over 50,000 years old because of Bulb. So, how can you describe Hash of Sentient's age? Well, it's a 10-days-old kid who is in the body of a 16-year-old who's actually 50,000 years old. Well, this is confusing to say. Anime and lollies. Because being part of the mouse. And mantises and so on. So,
Yeah, now we have a real good question about your real age. So, and especially the mind of a kid. Okay, that is a different question. Yep. No, I mean Herrscher of Zen Kids would also be a good name for them. Like a little child. Wait, destroy? They fell into silence as expected. They had... Yeah. Again, if you want to listen to the whole war, YouTube channel. Your name is May, you look like May. Why a clumsy man? Oh, basically, this is the second time I heard. Basically, somebody say, yeah. Yeah, what? You mean Kevin? The boss is bitch? Yep. Well. Well. I mean, yeah. Sue. And I mean, he's already... Can you actually tell that he's kind of like... And I've forgotten the word again. Overwhelmed by the power? No. Overwhelmed by the thought of saving humanity by completely destroying Honkai. Yeah. Okay. Implying that somebody is going to die? Yes, probably. So, okay, after talking with May and Senti, we're gonna talk with May and Ponya. Yeah, because his brain was not in his heart, in his head, but mostly in his pants. And maybe the chest too, but that's only a part. Hmm? Also, I will not include that much lore, only for context, and or just a little something, so you know. Okay. I know one, the one where Kevin, where Karen is alive. It's okay because it's actually, I mean, it's technically will be complicated because it will just be the current area and then suddenly change to the previous area and the world just, the public universe just implodes. So it's just a part of the moon. Yeah, let's say. So. Yeah, but what about Hash of Thunder and Hash of Reason? Have a little talk. Yes. Oh, yeah, but hopefully. Just
Wait.
Fully.
用事いつからそんな
She shakes her head, huh?
Don't. Just shh. Just shut up.
Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna include this.
あなたの役に立てるのは空の律者と四季の律者です。
Yeah, but what about Hash of Thunder and Hash of Reason?
それはつまりブローニャと
Have a little dog?
先ほどメイ姉さんと会った時に
安心して。用事が終わったらすぐにみんなと合流するから。
Hopefully.
用事いつからそんな
Shh. Shh. Gotta shh.
Okay, this will be 2D DVE, so one for background and one in the foreground. So so now Kiana first. Right here. Four. 2, 3 point. I said 3 point. Right. 1, 2. Same marble. Here.
Shh. Gotta shh. Just shh. Just shut up.
Okay. 1, 4. Or right out. Crop right. Or
Shut up.
sorry. Yatta beep.
合流したよね
Old Kiana.
Eh, what do you mean by that? I don't get it.
This Kiana. Oh. Ah, okay. Okay.
Oh, hi, me.
これは
Okay.
輪は消えていくだけよ。
Okay, I have now a little fury here.
Hmm.
So basically, Project Stigma is just the big reset button.
Yeah.
If Honkai still is not destroyed. If it is destroyed, then it's still a big reset button, but what? But one.
別にそのために嘆く必要はないわ。
So.
You good? You good, old woman? Sorry. Oh, Dr. May old.
着いたわ。
you need to consider 50,000 years.
ちょっと少し歩いて
Okay, I need to check now something here. So I should be back right now, and yeah. Yeah, all right. You can. How old are you?
さて、本題に戻りましょう。
And with this, I take a little break. So see you in a few minutes. Yeah. Da-da-dum. So I'm still doing. Okay. And that is a war between that.
私にとって必要不可欠。最初から必要ってわけじゃないの。
Wait, I want to tell me that this bridge is basically literally a portal to the real world. Or actually to our universe. Hey, I Prometheus 17. Is this not the one that looked like Borneo? Yeah. I need to now capture this.
あなた、自分が何て言ったのか分かってます？
In case. Stop going up. Not even doing anything.
私は計画の詳細を
Not even doing anything right now.
今の私は計画の詳細を全部知ってるわけじゃない。けど彼女なら全ての実行方法を知っている。
Mm-hmm. Okay, out of security reason, I will stop the stream right now, but I will then restart it again. So, yeah, see you in, let's see, 2 minutes, maybe in a minute, okay? Okay. So, technically, this should be now this recording. So I should be back right now, and yeah. So. Bending down, Dr. May picked up a pebble, adjusted her position, and threw it. Yeah. And thus Dr. May's intention became obvious. This time the pebble was thrown to the... Yeah. Yana looked to Hash of Sentience with expectant eyes. Why are you looking at me? Did I do something wrong? Did I do something wrong? I don't... Why are you so going high? Why is my recording going high? Yeah, I don't know. Recording. It's okay that you're nearly 1,000 kilobytes per second, but still, what the fish are you doing there? Yeah, I'm still confused out this fisherman. Like, Jesus Christ, why are you over 150? You're even larger than the transmission to YouTube itself. Yeah, that was weird. Anyway. Okay, and I'm making it much more easier for the. Let me see the other phone. Let me see. Good. Good. Because somebody just thought, oh yeah,
That's why
I'll
I
put
like
my pod. It's good for that. Yeah. But yeah, Senti. Oh no, what a it even okay to what I actually wanted to say about YouTube got about right now from this little change from my little own setup. Yeah. 360. 300.
心配する必要はないわ。影として、私はもともと成功。
Aww. And I couldn't help but feel sorry for Dr. Ming. But she always knew. Okay.
自由に行動することすら難しいと思うわよ。
それで現状はそんなに悪くないって伝えようとしてます？
Yeah. Purposely.
ほら。
うるさい。
Once set foot in, unfolded again. Without any sign, Kiana could still smell anger in the air.
待って、式の律者。メイ博士の話はまだ終わってないかもしれないよ。ほら。
うるさい。カセだって言うなら今から打破してみせる。
Hey. 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 Like, hey. Sure, move. Move. Just. So. Please wait till Lightworks calm down again. So, yeah. Okay. Ah. Move. I love this. Remove. Then zoom out. Close gap. So. Whoa. No Seti, no bad Seti, no Seti, no. Okay. No Yata for you. Okay. No Yata for you. No Yata for you now. No. Also, what do you mean? You wanted to break me, huh? And this is only part 1. Excuse me, what did you just do? Nah, nah, nah. Nope, 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 nope. No. No, 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 Cindy. Bad Cindy, bad Cindy. So. Transition. Give me transition and crossfade. Undoubtedly. The mental trick that wouldn't work on anyone else worked on her like magic. X Factor. It wouldn't be a surprise to see It wouldn't be a surprise to see this Hasha do anything. That said, she knew exactly what Dr. May was up to, just like Kiana. He was just taking the chance to let out steam. Yeah. Kiana examined her own status. The sudden and pointless battle took a toll on both sides mentally. However, the examination revealed something unusual. BDSM is kinda it seems, and I don't like it. I mean, some people like it, but I'm not into BDSM, so yeah. Same. Same. Okay. So. 2 TVs again, so I'm already making this for mine. Side. And right. Same. Subtitles say, "Are you nuts?" Voice said, "Are you pervert?" And I say only yes to both of them. And I say only so. Still frame. Yes, it looks like of a pervert. Not a comment to that. Because of well, No, no. The illusion space that devoured the two scattered. Okay. I mean, yeah. Okay. We had to crumble about something to feel better. There. Wait, what? Wait, can I really now just go there? Oh. The door. Oh no, there's no door. So I can't. Well, fish. So let's join. Hi, Dr. May. Standing at the vantage point, May glanced over the view that never changed. Seriously, despite her poor health, the seed felt omnipresent in a natural way. Yeah. With other words, the irritable Herrscher lady, just call her a Herrscher lady, okay, rushed forward, reaching out her hands for May's collar. No sooner did her bride stop her from saying more than she... No, not without detours. 2 areas had bestowed... Yeah. 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 Just a heart. What? Oh, they did a little fighting. No, I wanted to have a literal fight.
なんでもないわ。少しおしゃべりしただけ。
Yeah.
ブローニャちゃん。
Just a heart-to-heart talk with a little bit of fighting, like you usually do. What, you don't do that? This is not a heart-to-heart talk, right? I wish I could animate things.
メイ姉様と手合わせしてしまいました。
Is it always like this? I'm really emotional right now. Sorry, I want to fight. Hey. Okay.
キアナの方はどうでしたか？
うん。メイ博士のアドバイスは確かに効果があったよ。今は空の律者の力を一部使えるようになってる。
先に言っておくけど、私のサポートのおかげだよ。
I need to put this.
うん。四季の律者がサポートしてくれたおかげで、向こうの世界へとつながっている通路を修復できたんだ。
Yeah. Bruh. Bruh. Just bruh. Just bruh. And that's what that's all I wanted to do there.
なんだか物足りない。こう話すべきだよ。偉大なる四季の律者様がサポートしてくれたおかげ。
with the help of the great Senti. Yeah.
わかったわ。それ以上言わなくても大丈夫よ。
Yeah.
状況はもう把握し。
Yeah. So I think I could end this right here because the four of us. Okay, wait. Hey. So, because this is part of it.
二人がおしゃべりしてた時に、メイ博士がプロメテウスに合流のメッセージを送ってたから。でも、向こうのエリアは想像よりもずっと広いから、手分けして探した方が効率的だと思うんだ。4人。
The four of us looking at Senti. I'm one of you? Nice.
ちょっと、そんな些細なことに私も入れないで。
Never mind. So, or also nice side profile. So we have one for the Zoom. And here we go, just well small. So actually wait. So I want one thing here, item. Never mind. Yep. Okay, minus 30. Yeah. Never mind. So now I can put the beep. With Kiana just going, never mind.
Ah.
Or maybe a meme. Editing Roman, find the meme.
I hate myself at though, Roman. I will not.
A fitting meme. I don't know which meme, but it should be like literally somebody walking out of the frame and just go, never mind.
I know of one, but it's more. But that guy says goodbye. And not gonna lie, I like his TikToks. But yeah, there's nobody who does never mind. Maybe there really exists a meme of that, and they just make it, or I just made it up. Then I just say, yeah, please, somebody has the seal of Roman, of the seal of approval by me to make something out of this. Yeah, and I took it myself. Ha! For anybody who has no idea what is happening, this sentence is weird. Can you please help us? Help to connect our minds together. It is an unknown region after all. Yes, kinda. I mean, it's your mind, so. Also, I think a better way for this is not to zoom out, but to literally go away. If I do this. Never mind. Never mind.
それにあんたにしかできないことだから。それにあんたにしかできないことだから。
Aww.
私をこき使うつもり？通信機器を使えばいいでしょ？
Zanti.
でもここは月だよ。
Yeah.
月にいたって力の安売りはしないよ。
And? Okay, OBS and Lightworks. You can't have a funny pony laugh. Laugh, actually. I know, Ponyo.
大丈夫よ、キアナちゃん。3人でも十分だと思うわ。善は急げ。
Okay. We cannot be cross the bridge. That he's staying alone. In this bubble universe. Maybe we're gonna meet her again. When we still have... Staying alone here? Just staying alone? Need to go look for... Yeah. Oh, hi. Did I say that I instantly know who this is? Go to Bron. Because let me tell you, this is probably Bronya before Bronya, aka Prometheus number 17. Go to Bron. Or Alpha Bron. Or Beta Bron. I don't know. Protect your stable. Why do I get also right now Sage vibes? Also, Lightworks. Yeah, I know you load everything that you need. Not gonna lie, I hope we get you somehow the new skin for Bonya, because oh boy. Why did I say? How did you know? I got your protopon. Okay, wait. I want to see now Bonya and Prometheus at the same side by side, literally. Hearing the word person, Prometheus tilted her head, indicating her perplexion.
かなり理解しやすい理屈だと思いますが、一応お伝えしておきます。
Hmm?
腕を変えることくらい簡単です。
I mean, kinda.
しかし、私がすぐに抑制装置を起動した場合、メインになりません。少なくとも共倒れを可能にしなければ。
Like literally, I'm too lazy to do it. Hey, Prometheus, how about you explain this? Right? You know what I mean, right? Okay, I don't think there's really nothing funny there.
What?
Only really talking.
こうして一気に話しても少し
After this happens, if something happens, just call me. Just call me over Senti's channel. By the way, we are linked in our minds, so I can't. Well, okay, kind of. Anyway, what?
にもそういう時期があったみたい。
What?
テスラ博士もですか？
どうやらあいつが例の巨樹の残骸みたいだね。
Hello, heard. Yeah. Amid the barren lands, a man sat quietly.
自分を憎んでいるのですか？
I hate to say it. Maybe 5,000 years was enough. Yeah, no. If you did, leave a like. Yeah. So with other words, that is literally the end of that video. Yes, yeah. Wait a moment. Never mind. Okay, no, okay. Minus and minus. Never mind. So, and yeah. Then suddenly outro. Oh, never mind. Dun, dun. And basically we are finished actually. Well, besides one LSB. And luckily for Roman, he has, instead of figuring out, okay, how do this, when do I have to do this? I made it myself easier and have made myself a little table that says, okay, exactly this minute, second, there's the point where you add the LSB. So then add effect. .48. Here for now. Right on top of a beep. Okay. Oh, that's okay. So that, nope. The next one is somewhere down there. So yeah, that is all. So
TheRMan. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this editing stream. I will export this video later and don't know when I will release it. Hopefully this year, though. Yeah, let me look for a channel to raid right now without my PC somehow dying. Oh. I just nothing important to talk about. Okay, somebody did something. No. 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 Nah. No, no. Definitely no. 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 No, no, no. 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 Okay, I'm gonna bucket chin. Hard. Yeah. The next stream is happening either on Friday on YouTube with funny enough, Honkai Part 3 of Chapter 42. And if you don't want to watch this, then hey, I will see you definitely on Saturday again to Sonic Frontiers, the end, where I also edit a video too, but it will be happening in the future, luckily. So yo, I wish you all a wonderful Wednesday evening, night, whatever. Don't forget to also watch video that got released today on my YouTube channel. Also subscribe, follow everywhere to never miss anything. And yeah, that's it. Have fun in Baguette's stream. You're TheRMan. TheRMan.